Can you hear me? Is this working? I'm actively trying to test if the feed is correct. For the people. Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan. I'm not seeing it pop up. Oh, there we are. Touchdown. Well, we're live. Hot dog. Come and get it. TallySCtalk podcast after dark. Trey Young. Been a minute. Trent, welcome back, my guy. Great to see your smiling face. Great to be talking Tallahassee Soccer Club. What's up, big dog?
Man, it has been a while. Good to be back. Got to watch the game tonight, start to finish. Excellent coverage, per usual. Big 8-0 win, dude. That was massive. I knew that based on the standings that PSC. Who do we play tonight? Oh, LA. Oh,
LA.
man. I'm tripping.
I always mix those guys up, though, because they're both Panama City based, and they've both got nonsensical acronyms like LAXC, like lacrosse football club.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier tonight. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, just a massive win against them, and I knew that they were one of the weaker teams, and it's just kind of cool because there were days that don't seem that long ago where TSC was considered one of the weaker teams and was getting beat up on. And then, you said earlier tonight that this would be the fourth consecutive year that they've made playoffs, which is awesome. Seems like 2023 was just yesterday, but that was 4 whole seasons ago now. So time flies, man.
Yeah, for better and for worse. But yeah, at least for the growth of the program, how about it? Clinch it, baby. Trent is back. Playoffs are back. Chat is back. Email, put it in. If you want to join, pop up on screen. As long as you're not feeling shy, feel free. Blast in. I got the email pulled up. We're ready to go. Or if you just want to throw in some comments, talk some smack, whatever. We're going to hear for all of that if you're here for it as well. That's what the After Dark's all about, man. So Trent Young, our boy, back in the house. We're just going over 8-0. Trent, playoffs again. Got to ask you, is this the year we can finally exercise those demons? Because, we had that TSC checklist, right? Checklist of firsts. And we've checked off a lot of those things.
Oh, yeah.
One thing we haven't checked off is a playoff win. Is this the year?
It's got to be, right? I mean, at this rate, it's 4 seasons consecutively. You roll the dice so many times, eventually you're going to get a fortuitous outcome, or one would hope. So, playoff win or bust. I don't really think that. I think that, it's still a successful season, even if they don't win in the playoffs. But you'd like to see them kind of see out this season a little bit more and get a little deeper into the playoffs and get that second round berth that we've been looking for.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, it's all contextualized too, right? Because if we played AFC, if we played GAFA in the first round, you'd expect TSC to go get it. But projections have us playing Pensacola once again. Projections have us on the road once again. So contextual. But yeah, so to your point, I think successful season, but I think the marker has now moved is baseline, get into the playoffs now. That's the new baseline. It's like, hey, we got to go win one of these. We thought last year was the year. It feels like there's either some kind of curse going around, like something about going into July. I don't know. We have most of the lore between the two of us, Trent, of TSC. But there seems to be something that we missed. As we go into July, that's when our ball of yarn, like we're just like a bunch of nice little kittens playing around with a ball of yarn. But then sometimes in July, it just starts to unravel. Is there something that maybe we need to investigate that we don't know about? Like, maybe we got some, like, I don't know if you heard about Harry Kane getting cursed by that Ghanaian witch doctor. Maybe we've got that's why he couldn't score that game winner the other day. Maybe we've got some kind of other scenario. Do you buy in to that kind of logic, that kind of situation, Trent?
Oh,
Is there something?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Jude, because at some point, you just got to realize that this is just out of our hands. It's out of our control. We have a good enough team every year. So maybe Petley made some deal with somebody that we don't know about. We could always get him on and interview him to see if he's made any shady back alley deals lately.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily be like back alley deals because I think of that as more black market. I think this would be more of a not like a soul sucking, but it's kind of like a deal with the devil. So like the scale of it will be much higher. This is beyond the worldly realm that we typically operate under, Trent, and this would be kind of external forces, which I think is kind of the bigger conversation of something in that realm might be at play. So,
Yeah.
for what it's worth. So, okay, Trent. So I think a lot of the question is bigger picture. Let's say conference championship or 850 cup. What would you rather have? So winning 2 playoff games this year or having the cup next year?
Oh, what a question. I would say 850 Cup just because it just always seems to escape us in such dastardly ways. We can't ever get a grasp on it. The other day, we had that late equalizer, and then we go into pins and we lose 5-4 on pins. So just brutal. It seems to always escape us. It would be nice to make it deep into the playoffs, but I feel like you got to start small. And I feel like that's the next on the checklist that you were talking about. When the 850 Cup, bring that trophy home.
Yeah.
Then we can look a little further deeper into the picture and go playoffs.
Indeed. Plus, I mean, the trophy.
Yeah.
We've seen old glory. We've been, and especially you have been closer than I've been probably in about the last 4 years, but you kind of breathed on it a couple years ago when it was down there pregame. But outside of that, I haven't got much of a sniff at it, man. And the trophy for the conference isn't as good. I don't know. I saw it last year. Don't think it's as good as the 850 Cup. So for what it's worth,
There you have it.
plus so much more lore in the 850 Cup. Show me another rivalry series, not only in lower league soccer, but in our league, in wherever. Trent, we've now gone 3 consecutive games with at least 1 ejection. That's a rivalry game. Last 3 matches, 5 people got tossed. That's a rivalry game, dude. I don't care if you're playing football, if you're playing baseball, if you're playing soccer, that's what it is. But let's circle back. This is the after dark for the 8-0 win. Please put in the chat. We see some people piping in here for the viewership, so don't be afraid. Come on in. Send us a little message if you want to pop on screen. As long as you're not a pervert and a freak, we'll try to kick you off as fast as we can if you are. Otherwise, come aboard, ask a little question, hit up the chat. We're here for it. Otherwise, Trent, should we get into some game action? You want to talk big picture, or should we jump right on in?
We can jump right on in.
Okay, let's go on and get it. You want first goal, or you want to talk, I guess, kind of plot points? Because I think, to me, big plot point early, the injury for LAX. I know that happened a little farther back in it, but kind of seemed to put a little damper on things. But I think Tallahassee got the goal scoring early, and Trent from an old friend.
Casper, right?
Oh, yeah. So let's see this. We'll try to get a little Sherrino going. Try to keep this tight. All right. So is that popping up okay for you, Trent?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. We should be coming up on this soon. TSC got a little throw-in win over here. Chiafini. Boom. Touchdown. Dunks it in. Loose ball. Scrappy. What you think, Trent?
Yeah, happy he wasn't offside. Didn't get a good, clean look at it, but I thought at first just because he had so much separation that he might have been. But the flag stayed down. So just just a total poacher, and we'll see as the plays coming up what Casper's able to do. But man, he just really put on a clinic of how to put the ball away tonight.
Absolutely. We love a little half speed here on the program here, Trent. So how about Chiafini dialing up from 22? Tough ball to handle. And like you said, looks like he's clearly onside. I don't think there's a legit argument from it. Dunks it in. Boom. That's number one. But our guy Casper, as we saw, was on one. That was minute 7.
Yeah.
Gotta love a good goal here. So we're feeling pretty good. Got to go in early, but here's another little breakaway. This is just a little direct play. That's not it, actually. That's a ball that he almost got on the end off, Trent. This is some classic TallySCtalk. But boom, how about it? So he didn't get that initial one like we saw, but stayed home. Trent stayed home.
Can you share your screen?
Oh yeah, that's on.
Sorry,
me.
I'd like to be able to see it.
I'm watching it here myself, Trent. I'm not even showing the people what's up. So just in my own world. So here's that long ball we saw. So keeper comes out, but they play it short. So, Trent, I got a lot of problems with teams playing out of the back that shouldn't be, but conversation for another day. But how about Babito with the steal? Joao dumps it back into Casper. Hey, let's have another go at this. Woo! Trent, did that remind you of you punishing the back in the glory days?
No, that reminded me of Justin Laird.
Oh, the old Wiley Wildcat. That's a good throwback.
Yeah.
What's that, circa 2022, 2021?
Yep.
Simpler times. But what'd you think of this one?
I mean, like you said, just they weren't the strongest team playing out of the back. And you could kind of see that off rip. And then just clinical finishing from our boy Casper. He took the goalie one-on-one, and he was confident enough to put it near post and was rewarded.
100%. So that's number 2 for the team, number 2 for Casper.
This next one's fun.
Lucky number 3. Is 3 your favorite?
Maybe just because it's with the left.
Fair. Took us a minute. We got in there quick, and then we had to wait to the second half, Trent.
Yeah, it was 2-0 at that. Spoiler. It was a lot more than that at the end of the game.
True. How'd you feel going into halftime? You feel good about it?
Very confident, yeah. All right. They didn't really show a whole lot of signs of equalizing. They didn't have a ton of chances. So it just felt like TSC had their foot on the gas, and they weren't going to relent. And they made some quick subs. They made some first half subs, halftime subs. So it felt like Joel was very in control of the game.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try to remember to put it up this time. So Tallahassee's got a throw in. So this is just some build-up play that we'll prep for. Driving in. Casper puts a ball in around the box. Cameron empty, having a crack at it. So it's going to lead to a Tallahassee corner kick. So set plays the boys have been doing pretty well lately, Trent.
Yeah, they seem a lot more organized these days.
So here's your boy, Comodine. Empty, going to take the corner. He was on it tonight.
Yeah, he was.
Plays it short. Here's Casper. Here, I'm going to shoot my right foot, curler back post. Wait, no. I'm going to left-footed rocket right above the keeper.
Gnarly.
Ooh. What'd you think, Trent?
Yeah, that probably is my favorite goal just because he showed his creativity, that he wasn't just a clinical finisher, that he was able to put it on the deck and have some fun with it, and really sells that right-footed shot.
Yeah.
And just brings it back on his left, and then has the confidence to take it with his left, and like you said, takes it right over the keeper.
Yeah, wide open, man mark. So there's a lot of bodies on the back post, so he's like, let me take my chances. And he's probably thinking about dumping it back into Audie, but then the near post just opened up, smashed it, gorgeous. So there you go, just like that. 3 for Casper, 3 for the team. Some would call it a Messi-esque performance. Trent just kind of punishing the net. The team having good hustle. He gets the payoff. Looks like the hero. Here, 3-0. Not to say that he wasn't putting in the work, for the record.
He did look like the hero tonight, though. You're absolutely
right. No doubt.
Especially on this next one.
All right. So trying to find the spot, Trent, but we got a little back and forth. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here we go. So this one just kind of set it up. TSC's building out of the back. So we'll keep it on half speed. MT is going to feed it up to Casper. Gets deflected away by number 9. Here's Cameron. Looking to facilitate. Oh. Cheney on the far side, looking for some service. Here's Casper going front. Audie's going back. Hayden's on backup. Service. Hayden gets on top of it. Boom. Smashes it back into the box. Cheney with a rip. A little bit of a worm burner, but it's going wide. Casper, turn and burn, dude. Woo!
It was his night.
Dang. But that's a turn and rip. That's a confident striker, in form, feeling it.
Oh, for sure.
How about that one? Is that one better than the third one?
It probably is, to tell you the truth. It probably is. I just like him putting it on the floor and getting fancy with it in the previous one and using his weak foot. But yeah, that's the technical ability on that, to jump and precisely time that and then beat the keeper as well. I mean, it was just his night. He was just a man in form, like you said.
There you go. And this is him walking the green carpet. Of course, we don't have a red carpet over there at the Gene, but we might as well. So 4 for you boys, 4 for the boy of the night. I should say the man of the night. Let's jump on forward. So that's in the 60s. Next one.
The dunk.
Yes. How about it, dude?
That was a great call.
The dynasty. The Daunt dynasty.
That was good, dude. I heard that. That was good.
The third different Daunt brother to be playing for us. Okay, so we're going to give you a little runway here. We go to the back.
Is he the third Daunt to score for us as well?
I don't know if he's the third one to score. He's the third one to play. We'll have to check that. We'll put in a line this week. We get a correction. Okay, this is some build-up out of the back. This is a little more slow rolling than I thought it was. But here's our boy Joe Warren, the Portsmouth prodigy, with some nice service. So this is Shapura. Talk about the youth movement, Trent. He's really come on strongly this year. Service over here to Hayden. Okay, how about the service? Woo! Crunch. How about a little studs goal for your Friday night, Trent?
Oh, yeah.
Clipped it in there with the bottom of the cleats.
Yep, was just able to take that pace off of it and redirect it. Really good goal there. Really great ball across the frame of goal.
I thought right there, Trent, I thought Hayden was about to throw Luke over his knee like a wrestling move. Body slam on the turf. I was like, please don't do it. We got enough injuries. Don't do it, Hayden. That was gorgeous, though. Absolutely. One of, I hate to say the best ball that we've seen all season, because that delivery to Caleb, which was identical here. But boom, right on the money. Keeper couldn't do anything about it. 5 for your boys. You think Casper was pissed that he didn't score that one?
No. Definitely not. He's probably tired of scoring all of them.
Yeah, he's like, somebody else, please. Like if they had those, you know how FIFA has the scrolling goals? They wouldn't have been able to fit all of his goals on that byline that you had when they cut to that hydration break. Yeah, beautiful dish. Great distribution all around. Gotta love it. All right, what's better, the third goal, the fourth goal, or the fifth goal? What's your favorite so far?
Dang. I think I might have to say 5 just because of the service.
Every goal is the best goal. Love
Yeah,
it.
recency bias.
Love it, Trent. All right. So we got to get on the other side of the water break, I think, in order to get our next one. If I'm not mistaken. Keeper splitting the shutout, though. Xander, Julian,
Yeah.
doing a good job. Okay, this was wild. Okay, speaking of playing out of the back, how about this playing out of the back? Julian gets it. So he's got it on this right-hand side, rolls it out. He wants to go quick. He says, I'm from Mount St. Mary's University. Shout out Western Maryland. And then Hayden Fogel's like, well, shout out Oklahoma. I'm about to put this on a dime again.
Dude.
Long ball. Look at that service. Oh, my gosh. Shapura. Brookwood. Back of the net. Gorgeous. What's better, the ball or the finish?
Dang, that's tough. Probably the ball, in my opinion, just because that's a ridiculously hard pass. It's still a difficult finish, but yeah, I'm gonna say the service there.
But look at he's 50 yards from goal. This ball from the 40 on the football field, 10, 20, 30. This ball goes almost 40 yards and he puts it right on his chest.
Now the touch might be the most impressive of all.
Yeah, here we go. We're running it back a little bit. This is the guy that scored the game tying goal at Pensacola. This is Harry Shapira. Chest down. You say, get off me, little boy. I got to put this back in the net. Half a dozen, 6-pack for your boys at this point. 74th minute.
Just
Gorgeous.
cruising, Jude.
Luke Daunt in on the celebration there. Shout out to the Daunt dynasty. All right. So 6 feels like that's it, right? We probably won't get another one. Probably not going to score again. Okay, this is when we started having problems with the clock. So it's a little harder for me to navigate the timeage here, so bear with. We're going to try to find lucky number 7. I remember the 7th one, what it looked like, but I don't remember what minute it was in. I want to say mid-80s, Trent.
Can I take this time to shout out Cousin Cody for getting me a pack of TSC cards?
Oh, yeah, shout out Cousin Cody, friend of the program.
Big friend of the program. Long
time listener. Very, very limited participant. There's lucky number 7. Oh, no, that's fake news. We already have number 7. So let me go back. Go back to this. Yeah, are you going to do an unpackaging? It feels like you need to do an unpackaging for us, Trent.
Whenever I get them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you get, obviously you can't do it without them, but. All right, so we found lucky number 7, killing it here for this streamlining of the process. Our editor always us problems. So here's your boy MT taking it off, assertive. Does he remind you of anybody from the past? Trent, how about this little move? If you had the bag, this is how I imagine you would come off the back line. Did you see all the step overs and all that right there? So look, so this is your left back. How about the head right here, Trent? The hezzy dummy coming through. It's gonna be right in the middle of your screen. Step towards the ball. Oh, drop.
Got him.
Then here we go. A little step over, roll over, a little flick behind the heel. Did you see that? Watch this. Right foot, and he spins it around his other right foot. Or his left foot spins it around. Did you catch that?
That was quick.
Right here. Skirt. You see the spin?
Yeah.
That's unreal. Meg. And then it gets through to Fogel.
That's your outside back.
Yeah, that's your outside back. Getting after it. Okay, so Daunt gets back on it. They cycle it back around. So I promise we're coming soon, people. Don't lose the faith. Service, nice curler. Harry, what a beautiful flick on by Harry. So now we got a 4-man show. It's 4-on-4 going into the box. Squares it off. Cameron calling. First ever TSC goal for Cameron Kennard. Gorgeous.
Yeah,
But,
allegedly the Kennard section was going off
oh, they were going ham, dude.
per the broadcast.
Indeed. So here it is. Guess who's got the ball right now? Trent, top right. I know you can't really see it. Probably just looks like a body. But
Yeah, I can't tell.
Casper going into the box if he wants to, and I think if he hadn't already scored 4, I think he shoots this.
I would agree.
But because you love a selfish striker, but he sees Cameron's coming up. Whoop! Little squares it off. He said, "You know what? The youngster's got to get one." Boom! Buries it. I like how he goes high. Doesn't try to get fancy. Put it on the ground. Try to find a corner. Just go high. You know the goalie's on the ground. Boom! Back of the net. 7. And I think that's what Casper's saying here. He's like, I could have had it if I wanted.
Yeah, I saw that live.
I like that, though. For the kids. Youth movement. Onward. Okay. So get back to it, Trent. We got one left. Let's bring her home. We got to go into stoppage time. I thought it was funny because the final whistle came immediately after this goal. This legit killed the game. The ref was like, dude, what are you guys doing? Didn't have enough. All right, so it's coming up soon. Here we go. This is throw in. I believe we take it away. Over the far side. And then it's just kind of an errant throw. Looks like a little miscommunication. I think this is Newman. Big Z. How about Big Z getting to wear the captain's armband, Trent? That was
really cool. I wanted to talk about that. That was awesome.
That was a cool moment because he's a leader on this team, but not a lot of people know that or outside the program because he's a quiet leader. He's an action leader.
Absolutely.
He's held in very high regard on the team with the coaching staff. Always complimentary. Here's a little through ball coming. Surprise, surprise. Guess who? Casper. This time he shoots, and that's what would have happened the last time, and he seals the deal. Boom. That's 8. That's 5 for Casper. So 5 goals in one game. Daunt gets 1. Cameron gets 1. Shapura gets 1. And there we go. 8-0. And the show goes on, Trent. So you sticking with number 5 as your favorite goal?
Yeah, I'll stick with 5.
Fair. All right. I'm just trying to get these standings pulled up here with the league website, just so we can see the table, final look at it. Reminder, if you're still with us, shout out to the people. There's a couple of you out there still with us. Wild. If you want to throw something in the chat, feel free. We're here for the people. This is what we're about. If you want to join in, as long as you're not the total worst person of all time or a terrible person, we won't kick you out. So please don't be a punk if you want to join in, but throw it out there. All right. They are not wanting me to check out these standings. Anyways, so Tally goes top of the table. Trent on raw points. But as we know, Trent,
points per game.
Raw points is fake news. So we know better. We know better. So since we can't get the table up on the website, we're going to do this real ghetto like. If you can see there. Tally's top of the table. They're in green.
What's our producer doing?
Producer needs to be fired. We've always had a terrible producer, and that's something nobody ever talks about. Here we go, Trent. Table talk. Table talk, baby. So your boys, final, all the games in, 2.3 points per match. So, Trent, if I try to bring up the old calculator, I think temporarily that Tally top of the table actually fake news. So Pensacola is still points per match, 17 points in 7 matches, has them at 2.43. Tally's going to be at 2.3. So as it stands, Tally would be second. So if started today, Tallahassee's the 2, Pensacola's the 1, Union 10 is the 1, GAFA's the 2. Here's what the West looks like. So exact same playoffs that we had last year, just different playing capacity. We're not going to cross over this year. West will play the West, East will play the East. So unless something crazy happens, it's looking like another collision course. Tallahassee, Pensacola. Trent, are we going to get him this time? We've tied twice. 2 goals within the last 10 minutes in both games. 84th, I think, or is it 87th? Late 80s, Caleb Ellenstein and Tallahassee tie at 1-1. Harrison Shapura stoppage time 90 plus 6 over in Pensacola tied 2-2.
That one was wild. But, I mean, at some point you got to beat this Pensacola team. So now is as good as opportunities you're going to get.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't make up. We made up a little ground. Ben and I were joking about it during the broadcast. We're still 13 points on goal differential behind Pensacola. We would have had to score 21 goals tonight at the 80-minute mark, or 84 when that Cameron goal went in. We were 1/3 of the way there. So if we would have played 3 soccer games, we might have caught Pensacola on goal differential.
How do they get such a large lead?
I mean, they put it on LAX early in the season. They put it on a couple other teams early. Whoever their crossover opponent was, they came in hot. That's a good question, Trent. With this software that we have, let's go to the Pensacola schedule, baby. So they put it on LAX 14-1, put it on Valdosta 6-0, chipping away. They got GAFA 4-0. They got LAX 9-0 again. And basically, I mean, outside of us, they're 100% record.
Yeah.
They won every other game. So that's kind of how they're doing it. A lot of goals. But we could still pass them and take the 1 seed. We'd need 2 ties and a win. So they can get no more than 5 points out of the last 3 games, which is kind of a big ask. But possible. So we get 2 ties and a win, or win-loss tie. Either one of those would give us the number 1 seed.
Okay.
Potentially the number 1 overall seed. So something to think about. And Trent, did you catch any of the harebrained theories I was going through at the end of the post game about Tallahassee potentially catching the overall number 1 seed?
No, I did not.
Yeah, most people tuned out. Don't blame them. It's wild. Sometimes I peek over at the numbers just to see if there's anybody still sticking around. And it's always kind of humorous to see that being the case. But, Trent, since you didn't, I don't want you to feel left out. So here is, and Trent, you've seen stuff like this often, so this is not a shock. Here's the rest of the entire league schedule of what we have. And going into the day, there's many situations, but the simplest one is a 5-piece puzzle in which we need these results. We got the Tallahassee win, so we're basically only need 4. We're 20% of the way there, including whatever was part of the season. So none of these other games really matter for the argument that we're making. So it doesn't really make a difference. Like, I forgot. That's what the updated bracket looks like. Sorry, I forgot that I was playing that. And losing the thread, Trent. Producer, once again, super fired. Hate that guy. All right. Let me pause this video. Goodness gracious. Sorry, people at home. This is how it goes. Okay, so Trent, none of these games really matter. Like, Valdosta wants to win, cool. Pensacola wants to win, cool. If Valdosta wins, that would help us out a lot because that would help undo some of that other stuff that we were talking about. This game doesn't matter. Pensacola or AFC, if we want to get the number 1 overall seed. So this is to host throughout. Because the problem we have is Union 10's already got 22 points. We've got 23 total. They've got 2 games in hand. So if they get any result at all, I think that puts them in the driver's seat based on their other splits. So they can get 0 points. So we need AFC. Plus, we're kind of rooting for AFC anyways. At least I am, to win this. So we got the Tallahassee win. We need a Mobile win over Union 10. These other games, whatever. Then Pensacola will host GAFA. We need a tie here. Pensacola cannot win, otherwise the situation is off the table. And then the very next day, the Academy, we need a win from the Academy. They've got to beat Union 10, which they kind of played them a little close. The Academy plays well, so we'll see. It's a holiday weekend that weekend. That's going to be 4th of July weekend. This, I think, is the day before. This is the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. And the final piece of puzzle, PSC, PCBFC, one of those Panama City teams that got dumped in here. They beat us early in the season. And gave Pensacola some trouble. We just need them to tie. They don't have to beat Pensacola. We just need a tie. Just need a tie. So, Trent, we only need 4 more of those things. We already checked off 1. You buying this, or is this a pipe?
I feel like it's a long shot, but crazier things have happened. So I don't know a whole lot about the makeup of the league this season, I'll be honest. But I think it is going to take a lot for the Academy, Pensacola's Academy, to beat Union 10. I know you said they played them tough last time, but that's just asking a lot for the Academy. And then isn't PSC one of the better teams in the league?
Yeah, so that's the thing is, like, the Mobile win wouldn't be surprising. They tied Union 10 last time on the road. So, like, a Mobile win could keep this dream alive if that happens tomorrow. That's a tomorrow night game. I'll be tuning into that. AFC usually has a pretty solid feed comparatively to the rest of the league. And then you go in here. This is where it kind of starts getting But, yeah, to your point, PSC, they could still take a playoff spot from us in the East. So that's the big 3. So there's basically 6. Realistically, there's 10 teams in the league, 6 matter. 6 of those can get playoff spots. That's GAFA, Union 10, AFC in the West. That's us, Pensacola, PSC. So to your point, I would say PSC's probably 4th best team in this league, maybe 5th, depending, because I think AFC's getting better. So AFC, I think, feels like a playoff team now. I hope they get in. The dream is still alive for them to go in and jump GAFA. But Union 10 is, I think, on par with Tallahassee and Pensacola, for context. GAFA, I feel like, is on par with PSC and AFC. So I feel like it's kind of 1, 2, 3 in our own stratosphere. Pensacola, of course, being the top of that. And then those 3 are all kind of muddled in. I see those as relative equals. So, I mean, potentially they could play up and go get it. But I think these 2 right here is going to be really tough. Pensacola beat GAFA 4-0 on the road. Academy, I'd have to double check what they did against Union 10, but Union 10's kind of rolling right now, as they were last year. But I think they're more vulnerable, and the league is more competitive than it was last year, especially for the top 8 teams. But, you know, kind of summation. Does that answer your question, Trent?
Yep, absolutely. Thanks, Jude.
Long-winded response as always, but that's what we're doing here. Reminder, if you've got a long-winded response, I see you people still in there. Don't be shy now. Throw something in the chat, even if it's just, hey, you guys are idiots. I think we'd get a good laugh out of that.
Yeah, I would love that.
But that's what we're looking at, baby. And then here's, like, we kind of saw it as I kind of previewed it. Here's what your current playoff bracket looks like. Playoff start today. This is what the bracket is. Tally hitting the road. GAFA hitting the road. So we shall see. So, Trent, even in this situation, so I know that was a little bit of a harebrained move. I don't expect us to go get the overall number 1 seed. The possibility, though, for Tallahassee to host another game, not insane. So if these situations hold, we think Pensacola is going to win the East. We think Union's going to win the West. Okay, that's probably, I think, most people's opinion. If Tallahassee beats Pensacola, all we need is GAFA to beat Union, which I don't think is too crazy. Tallahassee would host GAFA for the championship of the conference. We just need both the 2 seeds to win.
That'd be pretty dope. I might have to come and show out for that one.
And that'd be a weekend game, Saturday the 11th, or maybe Sunday the 12th, or maybe, I don't know, maybe do another Friday thing. But you'd probably be looking at 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. Anyway.
Doable.
So that's the journey. That's the journey. But Pensacola, so we'll see. Trent, that's basically what we got. We went through all the 8 goals, gave us a little update of the table, what we're feeling. Anything that you feel like you need to put in about the picture of the season? Now we've got all 10 in the books. Tallahassee season, Tallahassee playoffs, Tallahassee table, rest of the league, tonight's action. Any other things on your mind?
No, not really, man. Just wanted to thank you for having me back on. It's been a good little while. So happy to shake off the rust, and hopefully we can do this again soon.
All right. And thank you to Mama Shoemate tuning in. Let's go. Tally is the best commentator. We're always keeping us updated. We tried to, Miss Shoemate. Shout out to Donovan on the coaching staff. He seems to be getting after it this year. Saw him really leaning in for that game earlier today before the big show. Of course, the Shoemate's a big piece of the Tallahassee Soccer Club picture, doing a lot behind the scenes and supporting the people who build and do the club, and they do a lot of stuff. So shout out to the Shoemate family, not only Mama Shoemate there. So big love. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Trent, last call. I'm giving it to you. I wish I had a proof beer with me to do last call.
So do I.
My third proof beer to send it off. But Trent, great having you in. That's all we got for our After Dark special. Trent Young, Andrew Jupe. Stay tuned for the playoffs. If you haven't already, check out the socials. We'll try to keep you posted. Mash them, follow them, all that. Putting up ridiculous situations. And we'll have a couple more pods before we keep this thing to the end of the road. Maybe Trent will be there. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll tune in for a little broadcast if we get one. Maybe he'll go on a road trip for the home playoff games. We'll try to keep you posted on that as well. But y'all be well. TSC 8, LAX FC 0. Good night. Have a great weekend.